Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. Hey, 49ers fans, buckle up because today we have some news that could really shake up the NFC West and more broadly, the entire NFC landscape. The San Francisco 49ers, a team that's been a perennial powerhouse over the last few seasons, especially with their incredible Super Bowl run a couple of years ago, are now facing a critical situation on their defensive line. And no, it's not just about the upcoming season, but about how this could influence their strategy, their depth chart, and perhaps even their chances of going back to the Super Bowl. Recently, during a training camp practice, a moment that sent shockwaves through the team and their fans happened. Their backup defensive lineman, Taron Jackson, needed to be carted off the field after an injury that looked pretty serious. Now, we all know how intense NFL training camps are, but when something like this happens, it's a stark reminder of how brutal this sport can be. Jackson, who's been fighting to earn his spot on the roster, appeared to suffer a neck injury, and while the initial responses from the medical team were positive, you could tell that the coaching staff, especially head coach Kyle Shanahan, was taking no chances. Now, this injury might seem like just another blip in the preseason, but for the 49ers, it was a wake-up call. They knew they needed to act fast. The team's defensive line, which has been a cornerstone of their success in recent years, is already stacked with talent, including Nick Bosa, Bryce Huff, Michael Williams, and Yetur Gross-Matos. But depth is crucial, especially as the NFL season is long, grueling, and unpredictable. When one player goes down, another has to step up, and that's where the 49ers, management and coaching staff have been busy. In fact, even before Jackson's injury, the team had already been looking around, trying to bolster their defensive front. They were working out several players during camp, trying to find someone who could step in if needed. Among those players was Jalon, a name that might not be familiar to many fans but is worth paying attention to. Allen, a 6'2", 245-pound defensive end, formerly played for the UFL Memphis Showboats and went undrafted out of Memphis in 2024. His journey to the NFL has been anything but straightforward. He briefly spent time with the Denver Broncos earlier this year, but unfortunately, he was waived due to injury. Still, the 49ers saw potential in him, especially after his workout, which took place just a day before Jackson's injury. And now, it looks like that potential has turned into an opportunity. Just a few days ago, NFL Network's Ian Rappaport confirmed that the 49ers signed Jalon Allen. The details of the deal haven't been disclosed, but it's likely that the contract doesn't include any guaranteed money. That's typical for players in Allen's position, young, unproven, but with the chance to prove themselves. This signing is a clear indication that the 49ers are hedging their bets, making sure they have enough bodies up front, especially with Jackson's uncertain timeline for recovery. For Allen, this is a shot at redemption, a real chance to show what he can do at the NFL level. Over his 10 games with the Memphis Showboats last spring, Allen recorded 23 tackles, 15 sacks, and a forced fumble. Not earth-shattering numbers, but enough to catch the eye of NFL scouts, especially considering his college career at Memphis, where he managed to rack up 13 sacks over 5 seasons. While he's still a long shot to make a huge impact, this opportunity could be his moment to shine. But let's not forget the context here. Nick Bosa is the undisputed star of this defensive line, and Bryce Huff has been a consistent performer. Michael Williams, the young rookie, and Yetur Gross-Matos are also key pieces, creating a deep, talented front that's capable of applying relentless pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Yet, injuries happen, and when they do, teams need to have reliable backups. Jackson's injury exposed a potential vulnerability, and Allen's signing is a direct response to that. Now, it's important to understand that the NFC West remains one of the most competitive divisions in the NFL. The Seattle Seahawks, Los Angeles Rams, and Arizona Cardinals are all eager to challenge the 49ers' dominance. Every game matters, every injury can tip the scales, and the depth of the roster can make all the difference between a deep playoff run and an early exit. The 49ers have been known for their resilience and ability to adapt, but this recent development underscores just how fragile the margin of error can be in this league. Looking ahead, the season is shaping up to be fascinating. The 49ers are coming off a strong year, with their defense being one of the best in the league. Nick Bosa's presence is a game-changer, and his ability to disrupt defenses is unmatched. Bryce Huff's speed and pass-rushing skills add another layer of threat, while Michael Williams, the rookie out of Georgia, is already drawing praise for his athleticism and potential. Yetur Gross-Matos, who was acquired in a trade last year, provides valuable depth and experience. All of these pieces come together to form a formidable unit, but injuries like Jackson's remind us how critical it is to have capable backups. Allen's signing may not make headlines yet, but it's a crucial move that could pay dividends down the line. If Allen can adapt quickly, learn the system, and bring his energy to the field, he might emerge as a surprise contributor during the regular season, especially in crucial moments or late-game situations where pass rushers can be game changers. The coaching staff, led by Kyle Shanahan and defensive coordinator Robert Sale, are well aware of these dynamics. They've built this team to be versatile, aggressive, and resilient, but they also understand that depth can be the difference between a good team and a great one. Every NFL season is a marathon, not a sprint, and injuries test the durability of every roster. The 49ers have shown over the past few seasons that they're willing to adapt, make tough roster decisions, and find hidden gems like Allen when needed. This signing also reflects the broader strategic approach of the team. They're not just relying on their star players to carry the load, they're building a squad that can sustain injuries, maintain high performance, and keep pushing towards their ultimate goal: another Super Bowl appearance and hopefully, a victory this time around. The focus on developing young talent and having versatile backups has been a hallmark of Shanahan's leadership, and the Allen signing fits perfectly into that philosophy. Now, fans might wonder, how does this affect the team's chances in the upcoming season? Well, it's a reminder that every player on this roster is vital. The 49ers have a talented, well-coached team, but football is a game of attrition. If Nick Bosa, Bryce Huff, Michael Williams, and Yetur Gross-Matos stay healthy, the 49ers are still one of the most formidable defenses in the league. But if injuries strike, having that extra depth, that extra guy ready to step in, could be the difference between a deep playoff run and an early exit. And let's not forget the importance of the NFC West, a division that has become increasingly competitive. The Seahawks have improved significantly and have one of the league's most dynamic quarterbacks in Geno Smith. The Rams, despite their ups and downs, are always dangerous with a roster full of veteran talent and young playmakers. The Cardinals, with their rebuild underway, still have some pieces that could surprise opponents. Every game within this division is a battle, and the 49ers need to be at full strength to keep their edge. This injury and the subsequent signing of Allen also serve as a reminder of the relentless nature of NFL roster management. Teams are constantly adjusting, evaluating talent, and making moves that might seem minor in the moment but can have huge implications down the line. It's about preparing for the worst but hoping for the best. The 49ers, with their history of smart roster moves and strong coaching, are well equipped to handle this challenge. They're not just looking for a warm body, they're looking for someone who can contribute, learn quickly, and step into the fray when needed. As we look forward to the season, fans are naturally excited about the potential of this team. The offense, led by Brock Purdy, has shown that it can be explosive and efficient. The defense, always a strong point, has the talent and coaching to be one of the league's best. What really stands out now is the depth and resilience of this squad. The injury to Jackson might have been a setback, but it also opened the door for someone like Allen to prove himself on a bigger stage. This situation is also a testament to the resilience and fighting spirit that defines the 49ers. They've faced adversity before, whether it's injuries, tough divisional matchups, or close playoff games. They always find a way to bounce back, to adapt, and to come out stronger. That's what makes this team so exciting to watch. Every move, every injury, every signing tells a story about their determination, to remain at the top of the NFC and contend for that coveted Super Bowl trophy once again. So, as we wrap up, it's clear that the 49ers are not resting on their laurels. They're actively managing their roster, looking for ways to stay ahead of the competition. The signing of Jalon might seem like a small piece, but in the grand scheme of an NFL season, it could be a key factor. Whether he ends up being a depth player or even fighting for more significant snaps, his journey is just beginning, and it's a story to keep an eye on. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. Keep the passion alive, and let's continue supporting this incredible team on their quest for greatness.